Now that we have the weight on the hoist, we can remove it from the engine stand. With the engine hanging free, and now I can put the flywheel and the clutch plate on the back. We'll put this metal piece on the back, which goes between the engine and the flywheel. And we'll put the flywheel on next. I torque all the bolts on the flywheel according to specs. Screwdriver is handy to hold the flywheel still. I'll move it back a little bit to get my screwdriver out. Now we're ready to put the clutch plate on. Let's install the clutch pressure plate using our alignment tool. Make sure that you get the correct side facing out. Now we'll put the other half of the clutch in place, lining it up with the pins. This piece looked in really good condition, so I kept it. All the bolts tighten. We take the alignment tool out. Now our clutch is perfectly aligned. Now the engine is ready to go in the truck. Pack your patience when you're putting the engine back in the truck. You gotta lift it up and let it down, and lift it up and let it down. Push it forward, pull it back, wiggle and jiggle. Don't get your fingers anywhere where they could get pinched. And be patient. You'll get it in there. All right, we have the engine in the truck. And I went ahead and bolted up the transmission to the engine and put the bolts on the engine mounts, so it is all secure. The only thing we have left to do now is to put all the systems back together and all the extraneous pieces go back in. So let's get to it. We're on the home stretch now. First, I'll rehook the power steering lines. Welcome to the final day of the truck engine rebuild project. Now all we have left to do today is to finish reinstalling the accessories and finish putting the intake together, hook up the exhaust, and get ready to put fluids in it. So today we'll get to see how she runs. First, let's hook up the wires to the alternator. Make sure the wires are routed back where they go. I went below and put the exhaust pipe onto the exhaust manifold. I'm not gonna lie, needs a lot of patience, so pack your patience. Took me a couple hours just to put those 2 bolts in. So, and you're sitting there contorting in different ways. So be careful and be patient with it and get it lined up right. Okay, now we're gonna go put the starter in. I'll be back in a minute. Let's finish putting the intake together. We'll reinstall the compressor and get ready to put the radiator in. While it's still easy, I'll go ahead and put the serpentine in. Now, for those of you who are paying attention, you may have noticed the dryer is missing. The compressor is blown, it's going to need to be replaced, so I'm going to save that to do on a future episode. So we'll just tie off everything for the dryer for the time being. Time to put the radiator in. In goes the brand new coolant reservoir. You've got to put the fan and the shroud together. Now, I thought I was being slick putting that serpentine in ahead of time, but I've got to take the bolts loose from the main pulley, so it's got to come out anyway. Alright, now we're ready. And back together we go. Oh hey, I'm just setting the last hose clamp, and that is gonna be about it. After that, after this, we just need to put some coolant and some oil in it, put the battery in, and see how she runs. And there we are. We do have some cleanup items left to do. We've got to put the hood back on. I've got to double check and make sure everything has been plugged in, both vacuum hose wise and electric plug wise. But I think we have everything ready. I'll double and triple check everything and we'll get her ready to run. We had a lot of last minute little things we had to do. As you go through your checklist when you finish a project like this, make sure that you check everything off. And before you start the engine, before you do anything, make sure you pick up all the old pieces and you examine the new ones and make sure everything is in the engine. Now, we're ready to put our oil and some transmission fluid, some power steering fluid, and some coolant in, and we can run the engine for the first time. Ready? Let's see what she sounds like. This model takes transmission fluid in the power steering. Don't worry, we're supposed to put it in, that's what it calls for. Don't forget your power steering fluid though. Now it's time to put coolant in the radiator. Now I like to use antifreeze and distilled water. If you use distilled water, then you don't have the minerals and the things in regular water that can produce rust inside the engine. So distilled is a little better for that. So let's go ahead and get some fluids in there. Now follow the directions on the coolant to make sure that you put the right amount. Here in the south, we can afford to have a little more water. In the north, you're going to want more antifreeze in there, more coolant in there. Little problem, once we got the water in, we had water dripping out of the bottom. So what we discovered was two things. One is this kind of hose clamp was clamping too deep into one of the hoses, so I replaced this real quick. So if you see that style of hose clamp, you might want to just replace it. So we're done with that one. Okay, and the other thing was that I discovered that the housing for the thermostat was leaking a little bit. So we had to take that off and check it, make sure it was in correctly, and put a little extra sealant. I don't like to put sealant in those gaskets when they're made to be put in dry. But with this one was leaking, we went ahead and put some sealant in there. Let's see how the truck runs. Everything's ready now. Things to do, but now we've come to the end of the project of rebuilding the engine on the truck. Until next time, we'll see you right here on the American Garage. Thanks for watching the American Garage. If you like this video, hit the like button and leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe.